Greetings, Alexa developers, and welcome to another skill-focused session here at Alexa Live. I'm Stefania Sharp, or Steph as some people call me, a senior solutions architect with the Alexa team, and my primary job is to help developers like you build better and more engaging skills. I'll hand it over to my buddy TJ to introduce herself as well.
Hi everyone, I'm Tejaswini Marathe and I'm a senior product manager in Alexa Shopping. I build features that enable skill developers to create shopping experience within your skill and other monetization features. So today we'll cover some exciting and easy to implement features split into two categories. The first one is growing your audience so that you can help customers find skills that they need. The next section will cover features related to how you can monetize your skills so that you can continue to innovate with your voice experiences. So all serious skill builders invest significant time and resources towards the goal of building a large and a highly engaged audience. And with that, today we are announcing several new ways for skill builders to help their customers discover the skills. Our first feature is featured skill cards. Customer adoption of multimodal experiences on Alexa is increasing, and customer engagement is rising with it. As you may have already noticed, Alexa now surfaces up relevant skill suggestions for you. With this launch, we are now providing skill developers the ability to promote their skills by filling out predefined APL card templates. Customers will now have the ability to see your content and interact with it right from the home screen. The value this provides is that customers now have an ability to interact with your skill outside the skill session. Eligible skill builders will be able to promote their skills to acquire more customers and engage existing customers.
The next feature that we're launching is a way to improve discovery for customers who search for skills using popular phrases. A popular phrase is something where maybe I don't know the specific skill that I want, but I know the thing that I want to do. So for example, I need a workout. I know that I need a skill to help me with that, but maybe I haven't heard of any of the skills that happen to do fitness or yoga or even meditation. Now developers may have their skills suggested as Alexa's first response to these requests, and all they have to do is update the Nfi container. We'll talk a little bit more about Nfi later, but just know that it's pretty easy to set up and your skill could be recommended for these particular features. In addition, you'll want to make sure that your skill can handle these requests. So if you're a gaming skill, make sure your customers can play a game. And if you're a fitness skill, make sure you have some workouts that they can try. You really want to put your best foot forward when it comes to suggesting experiences so that you can keep your customers coming back. Customers then receive these suggestions on their Alexa device or on screen-based devices. There's more opportunities for you to engage with customers without them directly having to know the name of your skill. We'll learn more about Nfi later, but qualified skill developers have access to this feature as long as they update that Nfi container. And as you mentioned, TJ, you have some favorite skills that you use a lot. Our next feature will make accessing those skills much easier.
With our next feature, we are enabling skill builders to increase engagement through name-free interactions by surfacing your skill to customers who have previously expressed an interest in your skill. This is made possible through improvements to our existing name-free routing logic, which includes new skill affinity models as well as customer feedback mechanisms. This channel is ideal for skill builders that want to improve re-engagement with their customers. Select developers who have implemented the Nfi Toolkit will be onboarded to these affinity-based models without any additional investment or effort.
Nfi Toolkit has been a popular topic here, and you're probably wondering, what exactly is it? Well, we launched Nfi Toolkit last year, and it's since been in developer preview. We've enjoyed all the feedback from developers, and we've heard you. You want Nfi available in more locations. We want more developers participating. And we want to make it easier for you to get started without having to deal with, how do I get access or is my skill eligible? Well, we've released a few features today to help you get started with that. First, self-service. We're going to be launching an experience where you can check the eligibility of your skill through either SMAPI or the CLI, as well as the developer console. Before, it would take 1 to 2 weeks to get access, and you weren't quite certain whether your skill was eligible. Well, now you can find that all out almost immediately and get started updating your Nfi Toolkit. In addition, we'll be making some UI updates. If you go to the invocation section of the developer console later this year, you'll be able to add in those launch phrases and intent launch phrases that we talked about earlier. These are just two different ways to ensure that popular phrases for your skill get customers where they need to be. Give me a workout, Or maybe they want to take one of your popular obscure "What is my workout" personality quizzes. You can use intent launches to help your customers get to that quiz immediately. Next, Nfi in more locations. Last year, we did develop a preview with just the English US locale. Well, now we're going to be expanding that to the other English locales. The setup is the same that you would do in the developer console when you're adding a new language, and so you can just add in phrases for those different locations. Super simple and gets you a wider audience to try out your skill. This features self-service, just again, like adding languages, and you can also update it through the CLI and SMAPI. Finally, we're going to increase your chances of discovery through a multi-skill experience. One of the reasons to update your Nfi container is you can be part of a full conversation rather than just kind of an instance of when a customer needs something. What that means, for example, is let's say I ask Alexa, what's the price of Amazon stock? She'll tell me the closing price for the day, and then she might suggest the CNBC skill to give me additional information about Amazon stock, or I can start engaging with that skill to learn more about Amazon stock or other stocks I might be interested in. Through this kind of end-to-end experience, I become part of a conversation, and I learn about skills maybe I didn't know about before. Now, we've talked a lot about various features that you can engage with through Alexa, but TJ, what other features can I engage with that maybe are outside of Alexa?
So one way definitely is to find interesting skills through Alexa. However, I found my favorite workout skill on social media, which was made possible through quick links. So what are quick links? Quick links are standard URLs. You can provide them to your customers through websites, mobile apps, social media, or email. Customers can then click on the quick link either to instantly launch the skill on their Echo device or choose to get an Alexa notification to be sent to their Echo device and then launch the skill when they are near the device.
Thanks, TJ. As TJ mentioned, quick links are basically URLs. Now, there are two ways to launch a skill using quick links. The first way, launch links, is the fastest, allowing you to take your skill ID from the developer console, determine which domain you are sharing the link for, and create a quick URL that can be shared on websites, social media, email, and even via text message. You can think of this as a way to make it easier for your customers to launch your skill or find the content that they're looking for. And you can easily use this feature today. It's currently available in our developer documentation and really easy to set up. Just a quick URL and your skill ID from the developer console. The second option requires a little bit more work, but there's a lot of value in it. Luckily, you'll see a few ways to leverage the feature custom tasks to drive traffic to your skills. A quick recap, custom tasks allow you to deep link right into a specific intent or action within your skill. For example, as a CookPad user, I might have an account where I save my favorite recipes. Normally, I'd have to squint at those recipes on my phone while I'm cooking or navigate through the Alexa CookPad skill to find the recipe I'm looking for. It requires me knowing what I want, when I want it, and how to get to it. It's a great experience for moving from my laptop to my kitchen, but with a custom task, I could get to that particular recipe directly. For quick links, you drop the launch at the end of the URL and add information about a custom task. Let's see what that looks like with the CookPad skill. Now, imagine I'm preparing to cook dinner. I start on my phone as usual. I've found this recipe for a hamburger steak, and honestly, it looks amazing, and now I'm really hungry. But back to me cooking dinner in this hypothetical future. Now, what I can do is I can set up my custom task to handle a recipe ID. And within the actual experience on CookPad, I go to the CookPad website, I select the Send to Alexa button, and select the device that I want to launch the recipe on. In this case, it'll be my Echo Show. Boom, now I have a recipe on my Alexa device, which means we've taken the chance of me killing my phone with cooking oil down to 0. I really like my phone, so I appreciate this. Now, I don't have to memorize the recipe name. I don't have to navigate through the skill to get what I need, and trust me, a hamburger steak is such a niche skill that probably very hard for me to find, and CookPad has made it easy for me to just quickly get to the recipe I want right from their website. CookPad has made it simpler and faster to get to the content I need, a theme that you'll also see with our next feature, custom tasks and routines.
So let's jump into custom tasks for routines by doing a quick recap on what routines are, which is my favorite feature on Alexa as it makes my day more productive. So routines to me are like shortcuts on Alexa, saving you time by grouping together a bunch of different actions so that you don't have to ask for each one individually. I also use skills within my current routine that is triggered exactly at 11 p.m. So my smart home bulbs start to dim down, and I use my favorite skill to play some relaxing music for bedtime.
I'm glad you mentioned getting ready for bed as your favorite routine. It's also one I use frequently. Now, just put yourself in that relaxation mode. You're getting ready for bed, you maybe have your coffee maker ready to go, you dim the lights, turn the temperature up a little bit, and you're ready to relax. I sometimes like to listen to calming music, meditations, or my new favorite is listening to bedtime stories before I go to sleep. I just like listening to some soothing sounds and hopefully lulling myself into a sense of, peace and relaxation. Now, imagine in this scenario today, I get to the end, the lights are dim, and Alexa interjects and asks me which bedtime story would I like. I'm suddenly jarred out of this relaxation and I have to go through and figure out, is it a fantasy story? Is it an adventure story that I want? It's really not helping with this bedtime relaxation technique. Well, luckily, the routines team is going to introduce the ability to use those custom tasks that we talked about earlier with your routines. There are two ways you can do this, and we'll go through those now. The first way, as I talked about, I'm in that bedtime scenario. I like to listen to fairy tale stories every night when I go to sleep. I don't really necessarily want to tell Alexa every single night that that's what I want. Well, luckily, with custom tasks, Volley can set it up so that I can immediately get to those fairy tales. All I have to do is set up my custom task to handle routines, and I don't necessarily need to accept an input in this case. And this is one of the two ways that you can do these custom tasks. For no inputs, all you have to do is name a routine like fairy tales, give it a description, and it's something that your customers can find within the routines experience. Once the task is configured, I publish it to handle the routines, and I can go through the standard routine setup in the Alexa app. In this case, I'd like a good night routine. As a reminder, skills are always the last item in a routine, so it'll be what you get to at the end of the selection. When it gets time to select the skill, I'll select bedtime stories, and I'll see that there are three options. I have the original open the bedtime story skill experience, which again will allow me to launch it, and I'll have that menu, just in case I maybe get tired of the fairy tale stories. But since I know what I want, I'm going to go for that fairy tale option. Fairy tale lets me launch the fairy tale playlist directly and skip all those welcome messages. Now, when I go to lay down, I don't have to worry about, losing that state of peace and relaxation. I can just immediately end my evening, and all I have to do is say, Alexa, good night. The other way to interact with Alexa is, let's switch it a little bit and talk about my morning routine. Now, in this case, in the morning is also not a time when I really want to be talking to anyone. I like to listen to audio while I'm working on chores at the beginning of the day, or maybe I'm just simply doing the arduous task of drinking my coffee and trying to wake up. Again, I don't want to be dealing with menus, picking options. I want, Alexa to play for me the things that I like the most. With Comedy Central Stand-Up, I have the option with the free-form input field to provide a comedian that I like to listen to. Again, this is very similar to the other tasks that we set up. I have a comedian custom task, and here I can accept a free-form input, meaning my customers can provide a text string for the item that they want. In this case, I've selected a comedian. Now, when I do my morning routine, instead of, again, having to find the right person to give me some laughs, I can focus on my coffee and my comedy and focus a little less on figuring out where I want to go. Both of these options are extremely easy to set up. You can use your existing custom tasks, or you can create new tasks. Again, there are two ways. You have that standard, I don't have to pick any options, fairy tale playlist. Really easy to set up, doesn't require any inputs for you to have to handle. Or you can get a little bit more complicated and give your users some flexibility in what they want to provide, such as the case with providing a comedian for Comedy Central to play. It's available in all locales and just requires a custom task to get started. We also have now built the capabilities so that you can see the description that will surface next to the task name. You'll see this in a couple of months when the feature releases. Again, more ways to leverage your custom tasks and get them working for you.
Reaching out to more customers also means reaching out to the ever-growing global audience on Alexa. I think everyone remembers the early days of skill development and releasing into a new locale. The trick of copying from the manifest for the English US locale and then rapidly pasting that into the JSON input for Canada, UK, India, and Australia. And you know that moment when you forget to save and it takes additional time to build the skill manifest. So locale clone makes it easier for you to copy skills across languages. Skill builders that have used the locale clone save hours of development time that they would have otherwise spent copying data from one locale to the other. And in line with these efforts, today we are happy to announce the launch of sync locales, which enable skill builders to make changes to their primary locale and then enjoy Alexa propagating those changes to other locales within the same language. Where this feature adds value is it reduces the development effort to reach a wider international audience. So what are some of the benefits of sync locales? You get all the benefits of locale clone, but you remove the user error by adding in automation. You no longer have to remember to click a button to copy your skill from the US locale to applicable locales. It just happens automatically. This really adds value to your business as it enables you to create a skill for a language as opposed to a single locale and reach a much broader audience.
To show you sync locales in action, we actually have someone to help us out. We have Vittorio Molaschi from Vocali, who is actively developed using the feature. Vittorio has been experimenting with voice tech from early days, building voice games for Alexa and setting the foundation for what would later become Vocali. It's a design and development studio focused on conversational interfaces. Take it away, Vittorio.
When you create a new custom skill, you can opt in here and just create the skill as you could. Here I'm creating a new skill for English language for United States. Now your skill will not only be created for the US, but also Australia, Canada, India, and UK. For example, I can add new slots for this intent. And then save and build for it. Once the English model for US is built, it will trigger a sync on Australia, Canada, India, and UK for the English model too. For existing skills, or if you want to change the settings for this sync or stop syncing to particularly secondary locales, you can do so from language settings page. If you ever built an Alexa skill for multiple locales for the same language, you'll definitely appreciate sync locales. Most of the times, you probably want the same information to apply for all the locales of the same language. Sync locales does a great job at handling that. It speeds up the development process, makes it less tedious, and avoids unintentional inconsistencies among different locales.
So let's jump into the next section, making money with your skills. In this section, we'll cover features that will help you build a thriving business on Alexa. We are going to talk about 3 features today in this section. The first is in-skill purchasing, and then we'll introduce you to 2 additional monetization options with paid skills and Alexa shopping actions.
To get started, we'll talk about ISP. Since launching in 2018, ISP has enabled skill developers to monetize their skills by offering premium content. Today, ISP is available in the US, Europe, and Japan, but coming this year, we are expanding to India and Canada. The addition of these locales means that 12 of the 15 currently supported locales are now eligible for ISP. That means more customers, and they can enjoy your premium content in more places. To add support for Canada or India to your skill, just update your existing in-skill products by adding a new language in the supported language section of the developer console. Should be very familiar. If you have multilingual skills, it's in the same place. All you have to do is set a price, update the skill dialog, and get ready to certify. It's the same experience for existing locales, making it easy to expand the audience for your premium content. But that's not the only way you can use in-skill purchasing. TJ, tell me a little bit more about paid skills.
So with paid skills, customers get upfront access to the core functionality of a skill compared to in-skill purchasing that are offered as optional premium purchases within a free skill. Developers will now have the ability to create paid skills through the developer console. And customers can purchase these types of skills through voice or on Amazon. You can also check out my favorite skill, which is the Samuel L. Jackson Celebrity Voice for Alexa, to see how this feature works. And later this year, we are launching the developer preview for Alexa Shopping Actions. This is a feature that enables skill developers to create a shopping experience within their skill by recommending products from Amazon's catalog. Customers can now buy the item or add it to their cart, and all of this can be done without leaving the skill experience. So Steph, how easy or difficult is it to implement Alexa Shopping Actions?
Alexa Shopping Actions uses skill connections to hand the request over to Alexa for the shopping experience. With Shopping Actions, customers can start or complete their shopping journey directly in the skill and pick up where they left off. It follows the same guidelines as in-skill purchasing, and it may look very similar to in-skill purchasing because both features actually use skill connections, so it should be easy for you to get up and running. All that you need to do is select the product you want to recommend within the skill experience. Alexa Shopping Actions is available globally in the coming weeks, and you can recommend most products from Amazon's catalog. You can find details on the developer-facing documentation. Now, we launched Shopping Actions in Developer Preview last year, and within the small group of developers that have participated in our beta program, every month, thousands of customers engage with Shopping Actions across skills. Most developers took less than a week to integrate, again, because it's very similar to in-skill purchasing and something familiar. Not a lot for you to have to handle, since Alexa takes care of checkout and confirmation with the customer. This feature helps customers more easily get the products they need to fully immerse in your skill. We've learned a lot with these developers, and so today we'll give you a glimpse of the future of Alexa Shopping Actions and features you can expect to come in the next year or so.
We also have some exciting updates to the multimodal experience on Alexa Shopping Actions. Let's say you're the manufacturer of a yoga-related skill and you've launched it into production. Within the skill, you can now recommend your company's yoga mat to help customers with their shopping needs. Customers will then have the opportunity to add the products via voice or touch to their Amazon cart before continuing with the rest of the yoga practice. What I really love about Alexa Shopping Actions is that it's simple to use. Developers select the products they want to recommend, and Shopping Actions enable customers to shop for the recommended product within your skill using the same features and security that millions of customers are using today to shop on Alexa. Next, I'm excited to share early details on the upcoming launch of Amazon Associates on Alexa. While you can use Alexa Shopping Actions as a standalone feature in your skill, we are excited to bring Amazon Associates to Alexa. So what's Amazon Associates? Amazon Associates program is one of the largest affiliate marketing programs in the world. With this program, content creators, publishers, and bloggers can monetize their traffic by making product recommendations and earning from qualifying purchases. With this launch, we are now bringing Amazon Associates program to Alexa so that skill builders can join the tens and thousands of creators, publishers, and bloggers who are earning with the Amazon Associates program. To participate in this program, start by linking your existing Amazon Associates ID to your skill. And if you don't have one, you can always create a new account. Next, you can use Alexa Shopping Actions that we previously introduced to you within your skill to recommend millions of products within Amazon's catalog. You can earn a commission of up to 10% on qualifying purchases in line with the Amazon Associates program. We look forward to seeing what skill builders accomplish with Alexa Shopping Actions and Amazon Associates on Alexa. You can learn more about these features on the developer blog or even asking Alexa. Simply say, Alexa, tell me more about Shopping Actions. You can apply to participate in the preview for these programs by filling out a short survey, and we'll notify you if you're selected.
We've had a packed session today with 11 features. If you missed any features or you just want to learn more, feel free to visit our developer documentation on developer.amazon.com.
Thank you for joining us today.
And enjoy the rest of your Alexa Live.